Hi, this is Don Southerton and another episode of Everything Korea. I'd just like to start today's podcast off with a little bit of insight and a little bit of a little heads up for everyone. It's been a busy last few weeks. That said, in Korea, with Korean management and teams soon returning to work after the Chuseok holiday, there'll be a push with a sense of strong urgency to finish the year very strong. So let's get to this week's lesson, which I've titled, A Simple Answer. Over the years, I've shared that overseas Korea operations go through times when the local operations experience less oversight by Korean teams. More recently, through direct feedback of Western teams in America, as well as my own observation and polling of some overseas operations, we see that they're experiencing greater demands by Korean management. In part, this is now due to the downturns in China, Russia, and other emerging markets. The Korean brands had very high hopes here. Under such global pressure to ensure key markets like the U.S. perform well has meant an increased concern, worry, and stress on part of the Korean teams. In terms, this results in increased governance, micromanagement, and scrutiny, especially and in particular by finance. So what's the solution? Frankly, most of us recognize that support, especially mentoring all newly hired and ongoing Western management, is needed. This may sound as a simple answer to dealing with a complex issue. I agree. That said, at a time of heightened oversight, teams need even more coaching and mentoring. The alternative is high turnover of the best management employees, with an increased difficulty and cost in replacing team members, not to mention the ramifications in lost production and poor performance across organizations at a time when many are counting for U.S. sales to buffer this global downturn. So, like the exposed section of an iceberg, American teams working with Korean-facing business do recognize the differences in management style, work habits, body language, food, and hobbies. What's hidden and needs to be mentored is a better understanding of these differences along with attitudes, beliefs, social norms, cognitive process, popular trends, opinions, viewpoints, preferences, tastes, and specific knowledge of the company and its practices. I sort of think this and try to share this as sort of context, and I also refer this as sort of the hidden side of the iceberg. I often refer to this sort of as providing context over data. Data as the obvious differences and context as the nuances that require mentoring and drilling deeper situationally at times and broaching on the sensitive. I'd be happy to discuss how this context over data impacts your company and organization. As always, I include links. You can go and text me, phone, but if you'd like to set up a time, there's actually a system, www.so/Southerton. You can go in there, find times that are available, and we can set up so we don't have to keep playing email ping pong back and forth. So until next time, wishing you all the best. This is Don Southerton saying, wonderful day. Thank you.